Democrats, young, old, black, white, and brown, who are being hurt. And people in Bentonville are making policy that's taking a hell of a toll on these individuals. That's what the film is about. That's what its patriotism about. And that's what it speaks to in terms of America.
I guess the question that occurs to me is whether the individuals at Walmart are they forced to work? They're not being forced to work there. The way you talk about it, it implies that Walmart is taking them out of their homes and making them come work there.
I don't think that's what I'm implying at all. No, Walmart's not forcing everybody. We all know how tough the job market is. That's not the issue. But in the movie, we have person after person, including 3 managers who worked at Walmart for a total of 46 years, who talk about systemic policy, not a rotten apple, systemic policy, going in on Saturday mornings and crossing out people's time cards so they don't get overtime. A manager talking about going down the main streets in American towns and pointing out family businesses that they're going to close. This is not an accident by any means. They are not being forced, but they are very upset at having done it.
Mr. Greenwald, it is a pleasure to have you with us this evening. We are grateful for your time. Thank you, sir.
Anytime at all. Thank you.
We will be hearing from Walmart themselves in just a moment's time. Right now, I want to look at the company from an investment perspective. Robert McAdam. Actually, we're going to start with Walmart. Robert McAdam is Walmart Vice President for Communications, is with me. And Mr. McAdam, I hope you just heard the conversation we just had. He makes a couple of points. He says that there is a systemic issue at Walmart where you systemically go in on the weekends and cross out people's time cards to prevent them from getting overtime, that company managers walk down streets of towns in America and point to businesses that you intend to shut down when your store comes in. Are those things true?
Well, those things are not true. We absolutely pay everyone in our company for every moment that they work. That's our policy. And we love to coexist and compete with businesses in the communities we serve. Across the country, there are small businesses and large businesses that coexist with us, and it's a healthy environment for the customers, and that's what we try to strive for.
What goes through your mind when you hear, and Mr. Greenwald's not the only person, by the way, and I'm sure you know that, you hear people say that Walmart is destroying America.
Well, we've certainly heard that accusation before, but the reality in communities across the country are there are families, working families every day that shop at our stores. There are people that work at our stores that are enjoying the ability to work there and growing in that opportunity. More than 2/3 of our store managers started out as hourly associates. Walmart's a company where the American dream can be achieved. We're glad to be a part of that.
What, though, of things like this, the leak of the discussion about your healthcare initiative, and even the implication that Walmart would seek to not employ or even to exit employees who are expensive because they have health issues? That's the sort of thing, legal or not, on an ethical level and on a moral level, that simply does not sit well with the average American.
Well, if that were exactly what the memo said, I could certainly share that point of view. But if those who have read the memo in its entirety understand that it was a discussion of a broad range of topics dealing with the overall problem that every corporation in America is dealing with today, and that's how to provide health care for its employees.
But if
we are looking at that very carefully.
I'm sorry for the interruption, but part of that solution, however minute, is to try to reduce the number of unhealthy workers. Does that not, particularly considering the intensity of the focus on your company, strike you as at the very least a tone-deaf initiative?
Well, that's not what the memo said. We are trying to find out how we can encourage healthy behaviors and how we can have healthy employees. We want our people to be healthy.
We saw that memo, sir, and it did say that you would prefer to not have to have those workers that cost you more money on your healthcare system. We saw the memo as well as you did. It did say that.
No, what it says is we would prefer not to have employees that are unhealthy, certainly.
Yeah.
But we didn't say anything about terminating anybody who fell into that category.
It's a short leap.
For you, perhaps, but not for our company.
Well, and for most people that read that memo. Again, my question remains, do you not feel that you have some sort of an obligation to be a bit more sensitive, at the very least, knowing the degree to which you are going to be scrutinized and that movies like this one are going to be made about you?
I think there's no question that we have to be ever careful with all that we do and say because we are under some scrutiny here. But the associates that work for our company know that we care about them and that we're trying to do the best we can to provide for them. And it's that relationship which is what confounds people like Mr. Greenwald.
Understood. Listen, we're grateful for your time. Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot.